Hello, my name's Steve and I sell stuff on eBay as a hobby, and in this video I want to show you my payout for the 27th of June 2023. But first of all, let's have a look at what's sold. It's Tuesday the 20th of June, and Tuesday being eBay's payout day, I count this as the first day of my working week, and I have made my first sale of the week, which is this bundle of books by various authors. Um, Now, mostly I like to sell bundles of books by single authors, but I've got quite a few up at the moment that are mixed authors because when I'm sourcing in charity shops, it's often quite difficult to make up the third or the fourth in a £3 or £4 bargain. So you do end up with quite a few books that you can't really put together because you haven't got books by the same author. So I've got loads of these, and I do tend to mix them up. So if a mixed bundle isn't selling, I'll take a couple out of this bundle and a couple out of that and put them together. And I'd done this on the weekend with this lot. So originally, all five of these books were in different bundles. Put them together into this one, only asking £10 for it, and that has sold for that full asking price, which is really nice. And in fact, what is also nice, I got a message from the buyer saying that she only wanted one of the books, but the others looked interesting as well, and that's going to keep her busy all summer. Another one last thing before I tell you what they are. I did list this as a summer reading bundle, and I've done that on a few on the weekends, hoping that maybe people going on their holidays or looking for summer reading might use that as a keyword search. In this case, seems to have worked. Anyway, let's have a look at what they are. So the first book that we've got here is by somebody called John Cantor, who I've never heard of. The book is called A Short Gentleman. The next one is The Believers by Zoe Heller. I have heard of Zoe Heller. And I've also heard of Victoria Hislop, who wrote this book called Carte Postale. And then another author I'm not really familiar with, Lucy Holiday, who's written this book called A Night In with Audrey Hepburn. And finally, the fifth book that we have here is Beth O'Leary's The Flat Share. So that's 5 paperback books for £10 all in, and I will be posting that out this afternoon. It's still Tuesday, I've posted the books, and this evening I've got another sale, which is this Q magazine from February 1998. And to put in context, that shows you how old this is. But it's a special edition. It's the 100 greatest albums in the universe. Always going to be controversial, I suppose. It's full of the usual sort of interviews and articles and pictures, all focused in this case around the albums in the top 100 list. Um, in the middle, there is a list there of what they reckon were the top greatest albums of all time. Few controversial choices on there, I think. I went through it very quickly. I think I own copies of 59 of these, which I think is not bad out of 100. But there are some dubious titles on here, like K by Cooler Shaker. Have you heard of Cooler Shaker? If you have, when was the last time you listened to Kay? Maybe 20 years ago. What else on here might be uh, very much of its time? Things like Leftism by Left Field. Um, yeah, I mean, there's lots of stuff like that. There's stuff on here that I think probably won't have stood the test of time. But then on the other hand, it's got Abbey Road by the Beatles. Um, OK Computer, I think that stands the test of time. Revolver by the Beatles, again, that's another one that stands the test. There's a couple of Neil Young albums on there. There's Harvest and what's the other one? After the Gold Rush. Brilliant album, After the Gold Rush. Rubber Soul by the Beatles again. Holy Bible, Manic Street Preachers. Yeah, quite like it, but 100 albums full time? Really not sure. Anyway, perhaps you could find that online, see what you think. Now, back to this itself. I had this listed for £8 all in. It has sold for the full asking price. It's going to a buyer in America who's paid £32 or the equivalent of £32 for it, Which, of course, if he doesn't like it, that's a big risk for me, given that I'm not selling that for an awful lot of money, really. So my profit on that's going to be fairly low. But there you go. That is Q from February 1998, £8 all in. It's Friday the 23rd of June, and I've just sold this jigsaw. Now, jigsaws. I'm finding selling jigsaws on eBay a little bit of a problem, to be honest. I've sold quite a few jigsaws, but a few weeks ago, somebody sent me a message saying that there were pieces missing from the jigsaw that I'd sold him. It was a similar jigsaw to this one, actually. It was a jigsaw of the Flying Scotsman. Now, when that came through, my first instinct was to, oh, let's give this guy a refund. Then I thought about it and I thought, well, actually, no, because I know all the pieces were there. Well, all of the jigsaws that I sell are completed before being sold. And I don't count the pieces. The puzzle is actually done. If it's complete, then I'll take a photograph of it, put all of the pieces into a bag straight away, and the bag is then sealed. So those pieces don't go missing, and I know that they were all there. Occasionally, I will sell a jigsaw that has got a piece missing, or more than one piece missing, if I think that it's got a, a good sort of interest value. There was a Peanuts jigsaw that I sold with two pieces missing, got a good review on that, good feedback from the seller on that. But this guy was basically saying, oh, I think I'm going to leave you negative feedback. He hasn't in the end, and I haven't heard from him since. But I did take all of my jigsaws down from sale immediately, so I wasn't selling any jigsaws for the last month or so. But in the last couple of weeks, I've decided to put a few of them up because steam trains, for example, I know those sound very well. And I've never really had any complaints before. And they're low value items. This I've sold for £11.49. That includes £3.49 in postage, so £8 plus postage and packing. It's a low value item, so why people would bother getting these and just trying to scam the cost of that off me, I really don't know. And for me, it's not worth it either, trying to sell an incomplete jigsaw, pretending that it's all there. It's just no point in it. But anyway, I decided in the end that I wasn't going to let it phase me particularly. I was going to list a few. So I have put a few jigsaws back up now, and this one is sold within a week or so, so not too bad. But yeah, I must admit I'm a bit nervous about it. But all I can do is to post this, which I will do tomorrow. It's Monday, the 26th of June, the last day of my eBay week, and it's been a very quiet weekend. But I have made a sale this afternoon, which is this. It's an omnibus edition of Douglas Adams' Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy series, or as it says here, a trilogy in 5 parts. And it's from the mid 90s. And in fact, the fact it says here, it says the complete edition, now a major film. So that dates it a bit. I remember the film not being as good as the TV series and nowhere near as good as the radio series. But anyway, that is the era that this particular edition came out. So the individual books in there are Hitchhiker's Guide, of course, The Restaurant at the End of the Universe, Life, the Universe and Everything, So Long and Thanks for All the Fish, and Mostly Harmless. So that's 5 books in one. I've charged £10.50 for it. It has gone for that full asking price, but it has been up for a very long time. I can't remember actually when or where I got this, but I've not had it that long. I did buy it to sell. Thought there'd be more money in it than there actually was, because there's lots of these about. But anyway, full asking price has been paid, and I'm going to be shipping this off to Germany via the global shipping program. It's Monday afternoon still, and I've come back home about an hour later. I have sold another item, which is this DVD of, well, it's called Once More with Feeling, and it's Placebo's videos for that period, which is 1996 to 2004. Quite a nice item, great videos on there. I do quite like Placebo, good band. Don't really want to watch their videos every day though, so I did decide to sell this. Had it up for a long time. I'd forgotten about it, to be honest. I've had it up for £6 all in. The full asking price has been paid. That'll go as a large letter, so there will still be a little bit in it for me. Might get about £3, something like that, once it's sold. So it's been a bit of a muso week. I did sell that Q magazine earlier in the week, and I remember making somewhat less than enthusiastic remark about Manic Street Preachers and their album, which is this, Holy Bible. And having listened to their Glastonbury set this weekend, I think I might revise my opinion actually, because they were absolutely brilliant. Played some tracks off that, also other tracks off Everything Must Go, which is great. And This is My Truth, Tell Me Yours, in the special CD case there. These are part of my CD collection. I'm not selling these. I'm keeping these. Love the Manics. So wish I hadn't said what I'd said earlier in the week now, but that's said and done. Anyway, don't mind that. I'm going to post this tomorrow now. This will go by Royal Mail, and hopefully they will get it in a few days' time. £40.16 was sent to my bank account on the 27th of June after eBay took their fees. Got concessionary fees on the summer reading books, so that's only 68p, and 74p on the Steam Jigsaw. Slightly higher costs on the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy because that's going through the global shipping program to Germany. And after postage, I'm left with £26.76. Now, most of these I have sent by Royal Mail, but I decided to send the Hitchhiker's Guide by Every because I wanted to get that out on the same day, and the Royal Mail office was already shut by that time. So that cost me £22.87, not 20, only £2.87. And the others, as I say, they've all gone by Royal Mail. 2 large letters with the DVD and the Q greatest albums. So £2.70, £1.85 for those, and £2.99 are small parcels for all the others. So 5 items sold, £26.76 after postage and fees. 5 items sold then, nearly £28 in my pocket. Not too bad a week really for a hobby seller, so I'm quite happy with that. The only other thing I would say is I know absolutely nothing about music, but I know what I like. Anyway, I hope you found that interesting. If you did, please like the video, subscribe to my channel, leave a comment below, and I hope to see you next week. Bye for now.